The biggest presidential debate ever exposed sharp divisions among the Democratic presidential hopefuls as candidates took aim at the newest frontrunner. It often seemed like it was 11 against 1. Senator Elizabeth Warren, the fastest rising candidate in the polls, faced most of the questions from the other contenders on the stage last night.
Warren's opponents challenged her on everything from her health care plan to her proposed tax on wealth. They also had a lot to say about President Trump. Ed O'Keefe is outside the debate site in Westerville, Ohio. Ed, what struck you last night?
Well, good morning, Anthony. It was the fourth round of debates in the Democratic presidential primary, but the first set against the backdrop of impeachment. And on that issue, there was near universal agreement.
Donald Trump needs to be held accountable.
Trump is the most corrupt president in the history of this country.
I started the need to impeach movement.
All 12 candidates in agreement on one topic, impeaching President Trump.
I swore an oath to do my job as a senator, do my duty. This president has violated his. I will do mine.
And former Vice President Joe Biden tried once again to move the discussion away from his son Hunter and his work in Ukraine.
My son did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
But it was Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren who has been rising in the polls and became a new target.
Sometimes I think that Senator Warren is more focused on being punitive or pitting some part of the country against the other.
She was hit on her plan for a wealth tax.
The problem is that it's been tried in Germany, France, Denmark, Sweden, and all those countries ended up repealing it.
And for once again refusing to say whether her health care plan would raise taxes on the middle class.
Your signature, Senator, is to have a plan for everything. Except this.
Medicare for all is the gold standard. We can pay for this. I've laid out the basic principles. Costs are going to go up for the wealthy. They're going to go up for big corporations. They will not go up for middle-class families.
At the end of the day, the overwhelming majority of people will save money on their health care bills. But I do think it is appropriate to acknowledge that taxes will go up.
At least Bernie's being honest here and saying how he's going to pay for this and that taxes are going to go up. And I'm sorry, Elizabeth, but you have not said that.
Everyone also agreed the president's troop withdrawal from Syria was a mistake.
We have an erratic, crazy president who knows not a damn thing about foreign policy.
Think about how absurd it is that this president is caging kids on the border and effectively letting ISIS prisoners run free.
But they disagreed over how long U.S. troops should remain.
You would continue to support having U.S. troops in Syria for an indefinite period of time.
You can put an end to endless war without embracing Donald Trump's policy.
Will you end the regime change war is the question.
What we were doing in Syria was keeping our word.
Meanwhile, the night ended with big news for Bernie Sanders, who earned the endorsement of two well-known liberals. Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar announced that she's backing his presidential bid, and CBS News has learned that New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is set to endorse Sanders on Saturday. That's a big get for him, given that she has a wide national following and was also hotly pursued by Senator Warren. Anthony?
Ed, thank you.